Hey boys and girls, it's me, Miss Griffin, and I'm here with one of my favorite animals. Do you know what animal this is? A sea turtle, yes. And how do you know it's a sea turtle? He has a shell, and his legs are flippers, right? Yeah, they're not legs like the land turtle. He has flippers so he can swim. Well, today we're going to read one of my favorite books called One Tiny Turtle by Nicola Davies, illustrated by Jane Chapman. Before we start, do you know the life cycle of a turtle? How does a turtle come, what does a turtle come out of when it's born? Eggs, that's right. The mama turtle comes up at nighttime, comes out of the water, scoots up to this, what is this? Sand, that's right. The eggs are laid in the sand. Those are the little eggs. Do you remember in our story on Monday, remember how many eggs a turtle can lay? 1 to 200. So there are a lot of eggs in there. And then what happens? The egg hatches one day. Yeah, one night the eggs hatch. And the little sea turtles come out. They pull their bodies out of the little egg. And then what happens after that? Yeah, they come all the way out and they crawl down. So once they come out, they look like this. It's their whole body. And they crawl where? They crawl out, down, and back to the what? The ocean, because they have flippers and they're trying to get to the ocean. And they have to go really, really fast so that no predators try to get them. When they get there, they swim off. And as they get bigger and bigger, they look like this until they're old and they're fully grown and they look like this. And then the mama turtles, what happens? They have babies and then they start it back over. They find sand, or they come out of the ocean and they crawl up the sand, and then they lay their little eggs, and then it starts back over again. And that's why it's called a life cycle. Yes. Okay, so this story is One Tiny Turtle. One tiny turtle. One tiny turtle. Far, far out to the sea, land is only a memory. An empty sky touches the water. Just beneath the surface is a tangle of weed and driftwood where tiny creatures cling. This is the nursery of a sea turtle. Do you see the green? Yeah, so that's the nursery where the baby turtles are. Passing in a boat, you might not notice Turtle. Not much bigger than a bottle top. She hides in the green shadows. She's a baby, so her shell is soft as old leather. Just a little fish bite could rip it open, but the turtle is safe in her world of weed and snaps her beak on any tiny crabs and little shrimp. See the shrimp? Turtles, here's a fun fact, okay? This book has little facts in it. Turtles have shells that cover their backs and shells that cover their stomachs. The shells are made from bony plates that get bigger and harder as the turtle grows. Just like when the turtle goes from here to here, they get harder and harder. The turtle swims around flapping her long front flippers like wings. She is flying underwater. She pokes her pinprick nostrils through the silver surface to take a quick breath. So fast, blink and you'd miss it. Then she's gone, diving down into her secret life again. Fish breathe underwater, but turtles are reptiles and need to come up to the surface for air. They do this every 4 to 5 minutes when they are active. When they are asleep, they can stay underwater for hours. Wow, I learned something new. For 3 or 4 years, maybe more, the turtle rides out the storms and floats through the hot calms. Steadily, she outgrows her nursery. Nobody sees her leave, but when you look for her, she has vanished all the same. A year or two later, she turns up close to land. Bigger than a dinner plate now, she's not a fish snack anymore. Her shell is hard as armor. Her head is as tough as a helmet. She's grown into her name, Loggerhead. She has come to eat crabs. Millions swim up from deep water to breed in the shallows. Their shells crack as easily as hens' eggs in her heavy jaws. But in a week, the feast is over and Loggerhead disappears again. Loggerhead wanders far and wide in the search of food. In summer, to cool seaweed jungles where she finds juicy clams and shoals of shrimps. And in winter, to tortoise lagoons, warm as a bath, where she can munch among corals. Loggerhead may travel thousands of miles, but she leaves no trace or track for you to follow. Only good luck will catch you a glimpse of her. For 30 years, you might not find her. Then one summer night, she arrives on the beach where she was born. I just learned something new. The mama turtles always lay eggs where they were born. It's amazing, they know. She's found her way here, sensing north and south like a compass needle. Feeling the current and the warmth of the waves, she remembers the taste of the water here and the sound of the surf. Male turtles wait just off the nesting beaches. They mate with the females, then the females come ashore to lay eggs. Loggerhead has grown in her wandering years. She's big as a barrel now. Floating in the sea, she weighs nothing, but on land, she's heavier than a man. So every flipper step is a struggle, and her eyes stream with salty tears, which help keep them free of sand. Coming ashore is very risky for sea turtles. They can easily overheat, so they only nest at night or in cool weather. Then they get back to the sea as soon as possible. Is the turtle really crying? No. Do you remember what the words said? Yeah, the words say that her eyes stream with salty tears, which help keep them free of sand. So remember, she's not used to being on sand on the land. So the sand might get in her eyes. Has that ever happened to you before at the beach? Yeah, we have hands and fingers. We can wipe them, get water, and get the sand out. But a sea turtle can't do that. So her natural way to get it out is tears. Loggerhead makes her nest where the sea won't reach. Scooping carefully with her hind flippers, she makes a steep, deep hole. Inside, she lays her eggs like 100 squiddy ping pong balls. Squishy. Afterward, she covers them with sand to hide her nest from hungry mouths. Then Loggerhead is gone again, back to her secret life. See, back into her ocean. Left behind under the sand, her eggs stay deep and safe. Baby turtles grow inside. Females stay close to their nesting beach for several months. In that time, they usually make at least 4 nests and sometimes as many as 10. Wow, I just learned something new. I didn't know that the mama turtle she doesn't lay 1 nest. She can lay up to 10 nests. I had no idea. And before the summer's over, they wiggle from their shells. Turtle eggs in warm sand can be ready to hatch in 6 weeks. If the sand is cool, they can take 3 weeks longer. Have any of you ever been out to the beach when a sea turtle hatches? Yeah, we have some awesome organizations in our community where they mark the nest so that people, when we're out on the beach, these are under the sand, so we might not know they're there and we could walk on top of them. So they mark the nest, and then they're out there as the baby sea turtles go out to the ocean to help protect the baby sea turtles. Have any of you ever done that before? I did it in Mexico, and I did it here, and it is amazing. I hope one day you get to have that experience. Maybe this summer, that would be an awesome thing if they let us find out if there are any sea turtle hatchings at a beach, one of the beaches where we live. We're so lucky we can see this. Above them on the beach, 100 eyes watch on the lookout for a meal, so the hatchlings wait until night, when they burst through the sand and skitter towards the sea. The horizon, where the sea meets the sky. So right here is called the horizon. You might have heard that in Miss Furman's art class. tells baby turtles which way to turn to get to the water. But streetlights and buildings next to the beach can confuse them and make them go the wrong way. In the dark, claws and beaks and grabbing paws miss only one young turtle. One day she'll remember this beach and come back. But now she dives under the waves and swims, swims and swims out into the arms of the sea. Far and far out to the sea, land becomes a memory, waiting to wake in the head of a little turtle. The end. Now, if you notice, this book has an index, just like other nonfiction books. If you want to know more about one of these topics, just look at the page. It tells you. So is this story nonfiction? It's actually a combination of both. This story is make-believe, but it's based on what really happens to turtles. So sometimes books can be realistic fiction. Boys and girls, thank you for reading one of my favorite stories with me. You're going to go into Scholastic News and learn more about sea turtles, and there's a little sea turtle craft you can do for fun. If you feel like writing today, write about what you learned about sea turtles. I love to see an illustration in writing. Keep up the great work. Kiss your brain, kiss your heart, and see if you can find a way to help take care of a sea turtle this summer. Okay, have a great day, guys. Bye.